Hi, we're so glad you found the Boaty Show. We want you to know that our production values improve significantly around episode 4, 5 or so. Pretty good in episode 3. So if you're looking for better production values, please skip ahead to episode 5. If you are up for it, listen to the first few episodes where we figure things out and trust that the quality improves. Thanks so much for listening.
Welcome to the Boaty Show, episode 1. We listen to our friends Josh Nash and Jay Day play. It's Jay Nash and Josh Day, the Contenders, playing a beautiful song called The Flood. We're playing this music because, well, let's enjoy the music. I'll tell you in a minute. There it is. Beautiful harmonies. The Contenders. That's a song called The Flood. Why are we playing that song, Steph?
Because those two were supposed to write us an intro and an outro for our show, and they never did.
They never did. So we're playing.
But this is just a slight additional incentive for them to, add in something original.
Yeah, like they could be original or something. I'm joined by Stephanie Weiss, my very best friend. My name is Jeff Pennington, and as I said, we are in here listening to episode 1, or actually, no. Here we are, episode 1 of the Boaty Show. All right, Stephanie.
All right, Jeff.
How are you today? Where are you?
I am here in the lovely blizzardy Thousand Islands.
The Thousand Islands, which is where?
Which is, it's on the St. Lawrence River between New York and Canada. And it's somewhere between the Great Lakes and the Atlantic Ocean. How's that?
That's bracketed. That's a latitude and a longitude.
Yep.
I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, actually just outside in Ballackinwood. And it's winter. It's February, but the days have gotten a little bit longer. And I've noticed over many, many years that when the sunlight sticks around later in the day and the sun gets a bit higher, people start thinking about summertime. What do you... What's that?
I officially miss my boats.
You officially miss your boats. I officially miss my boat, too. Probably not as much as you do. It's so much more of your life.
Maybe. I mean, I think that part of it is that I can see my boat from here. So I have to look at my boat every day, which makes me miss it more.
Right. That's a very good point. I can't see my boat from here. Mm-hmm. It's out of sight, out of mind. You're looking at your boat right now?
Yeah.
Literally, what are you seeing?
I see the roof of the houseboat.
The roof of the houseboat. Oh, that's your only boat?
No, it's not my only boat.
All right. Well, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
That's a different topic.
I feel like I'm going to fare better on that topic than you are, though.
Somebody asked me last week how many boats I had, and I had to ask the clarifying question. Well, what is a boat?
An existential question, really.
Let's talk about that. To you, what makes a boat a boat?
I mean, so I grew up on a very small island, right?
So tiny.
Very close to the mainland, so almost anything could be a boat. Because really, for me, my family had a boat was to get off the island. We didn't go anywhere else in the boat. Boating was not recreational. It was purely functional. So really anything could be a boat as long as you got there, right?
That definition would not have helped me answer that question. How many boats do I have? Well, first you have to define what is a boat, because I have a lot of things that float.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, we could take an inflatable raft from the island over to the mainland.
You probably did. I think we settled on the definition of a boat being something where you didn't have to get wet. Right? So
get somewhere, right?
You could get somewhere, but you didn't have to get wet.
You got to be able to get somewhere, and ideally, you don't have to get wet.
Right. All right. So that's something we've laid down. You've heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. A boat is something that allows you to get somewhere in the water, but in which you do not have to get wet. All right. So let's see. We've got a lot to talk about today.
We just went from having like 2 or 3 boats to having like 24 boats, just with that definition.
That's true. Maybe we want to work on the definition. Okay. We got a lot to talk about today. There's so much good stuff to talk about today. I just wanted to start off by asking you, what are you looking forward to this summer, boaty or not?
So I'm looking forward to 2 things, boaty related specifically, and one of them is that I like to go fast in my boat and listen to loud music and dance, and the other one is jumping off the roof of the houseboat, which I can see.
That must really just gnaw at you that you can see the roof that you want to jump off of, and if you did it now, you'd break a leg.
So if we get like another couple feet of snow, then I could do it now, but it wouldn't be the same.
All right. I am looking forward to this summer. I'm looking forward to working on the Grace.
Really?
Yeah.
You're actually looking forward to working on a boat.
I am.
Okay.
I can't wait. So the Grace is a 1960 slick craft. It's a little cocktail dress of a boat, 15 feet long, black and white.
Very, very hot.
Very hot. Right now, she needs a new floor, after which she needs lots of other things. But she's in really good shape, all things considered. And Stephanie and I co-own the Grace. We bought the boat together as partners. Remember that?
You remember that?
From an attack drone mechanic on Fort Drum. Really nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is. It's lovely. What is it? It's sort of a matte finish. Very.
That's because it's dull.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. That's what I'm looking forward to. So moving on, as promised, this week we will choose the boat of the week, BOTW, boat of the week. And for this first episode, we pushed out on social media request that people submit their boat. Not their boat, but as in their personal boat, but a boat that they would be interested in sharing as a nomination for Boat of the Week, something entertaining, something silly, fun, whatever. And we got 3. We got one from my wife, which I guess that counts as a listener. And we got one from Matt Sullivan, another good friend who neither of us are married to. And one from my brother-in-law. So I'm pulling them up now. Steph, can you see my screen? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I don't like this. Oh. Can you hear me? That didn't go well. Hello?
Am I back?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you see my screen when I do this? I can edit this. Can you see my screen? But you can't hear me. Poop. You can hear me? Oh, I can't hear you. That's dumb. All right. I'm gonna talk.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you. No screen sharing.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah. All right, I'll just talk through boats of the week. So we got 3 boat of the week submissions: one from my wife, one from my brother-in-law, and one from our good friend Matt Sullivan, who neither of us are related to that we know. So the first from my brother-in-law. He breaks toward the classic fiberglass, like the boats with fins kind of thing. So we've got the fiberglass classic hot shot, Hydrodyne hot shot. I'm going to read that, see if I can read the ad copy from it. Hydrodyne is the name for ultimate quality in fiberglass design and construction in the boat industry. As 1965's crowning value achievement, Hydrodyne now offers the most practical, multi-purpose luxury craft you will be most proud to captain, even though you will own it at a history-making low cost in its class, luxury, speed, and power. The hot shot will put you way out front for style as well as total performance. If you're boat-minded, in all fairness to yourself, you must see this one. That's an okay ad copy. And this thing, I'll just describe it. It's like, it's got the bubble windshield, and then it's got like a giant, just a regular normal 1960s fiberglass boat cockpit, a couple seats up front, seat in the back. And then I think the marketing point here is that there is a giant like jet engine intake on top of the back of it, making it look like it's from the future. So there's that.
What year is it?
1965.
Sounds delightful.
Looking at the ad copy here. Sometimes these ads can really be good, a hit.
Yeah, grasping and leaning.
Grasping and leaning. She never drives. She's not driving in this. She's riding. Kids in the back. Delivers at $2,395. Breaks the
There's
IO.
not one actually for sale, though, right? You're just an old. Or is this really for sale?
This is for sale. This is for sale.
I kind of want it.
This is for sale, actually, near you in Skaneateles.
How much is it?
Well, it was $2,395 new. Now asking $1,800.
Why am I so tempted? And is it really a jet drive, do you think?
No, it's an IO, but
it looks like a jet drive.
It has a jet engine intake.
That's right. Doesn't it say something about breaking the IO price barrier?
The hot shot breaks the IO price barrier.
Which nobody knows what that means, do they? What does that mean? Are IOs expensive? Aren't they cheap? What does it mean?
I don't think you really want this boat if you're asking those kinds of questions.
Really?
Yep.
Why? Is it a lot of maintenance? Now I'm being defensive.
See, now because this is not how to go about these things.
I think I want all the boats of the week.
All right, well, let's find out if you do. So we're going to move on from that one to the one from Matt Sullivan, the Ningusak green boat made in Poland. The Kruger Ningusak 6000 SL. And it's made in Poland to Greenland specifications. And if I can describe it, it has kind of like a bunker-looking cuddy cabin with windows all around it up front. And then a center console way, way in the back.
What year is this one?
This is brand new. You can buy this new.
Okay.
Outboard. I like this because it gives you the center console experience. Plus it has shelter while the wind's blowing at you from this cabin thing up front. But center console experience is not exclusive of the taking a nap experience.
Fair point.
It's got a cuddy. And
I mean, I'm not looking at it. Is it hot?
It is workboat hot.
Okay.
But not
I'd
like...
have to see it. I'm not sold on this one.
Not sold on this one yet. Okay, let's go to the next one. The one submitted by my wife, the Wally Wall Power 58X. Exhilarating performance and pitch-perfect handling is fused with Wally's taut aesthetic to offer guests a truly sublime experience on the water. So far, this copy wins.
Taut.
Wally's taut aesthetic.
Sorry.
So I'm going to, independent of this being a boat ad, I'm just going to read some words. Pitch perfect handling is fused with Wally's taut aesthetic.
That's silly.
It's like a grandma. It's like a grandma's oatmeal cookie moment. You can. Okay, building on the revolutionary wall power 58. This thing's 58 feet long.
Yeah, it's big.
It's got fold down swim platforms on the side. It's got 4 giant Outboards on the back. It's one of those. Is it a center console or is it not a center console? It is built on the revolutionary Wall Power 58 platform. Striking glass and carbon dome. Has a dome. First Wally yacht. First of all, Wally. Okay. I applaud this company for just going hard at calling itself Wally. The first Wally yacht to be fitted with the new 600 horsepower Mercury V12 Verado, or rather a powerful configuration of 4 of them with 2,400 horsepower on the transom. Shush! Dog barking. Shush! Scooter, shush! I don't want to talk about lots of motors. Boat specs bore me.
Well, what do you think of like? Is it? Would you want to drive it?
Yeah, I'd want to drive it. I want to.
Would you want to own it? You have to buy a new boathouse.
This thing's it's 58 feet long.
Really big. I don't have any interest. I don't think I have interest in a boat that size personally.
Okay, it looks like, you know what the Cybertruck looks like?
Yeah.
It looks like a boat version of the Cybertruck.
Yeah, I'm not into it. The first one wins. I want your brother-in-law's boat.
The Hydrodyne Hotshot is, ladies and gentlemen.
For the rest of this podcast, I'll just shoot down the $2.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hydrodyne Hotshot is your boat of the week. Your boat of the week. BOTW, Bradley Thompson.
I'm not sure the point of this show was to get me to buy more boats, but if so, it's working.
You weren't supposed to see through the thin veil of subterfuge that quickly. All right.
Well.
All right, boat of the week. That was fun. Let's go back to the next thing I want to talk about. Yesterday morning, we spent like 2 hours brainstorming topics for this mess. How many do you think we came up with?
I don't know. 74.
It's over 100.
Okay. 174.
It's somewhere between 100 and 174.
A lot.
That's
Came
a
up
lot.
with a lot.
So we're gonna pick a topic at random, and see how it goes. So, Stephanie, I think you should go first.
You're gonna ask me to pick it at random, but that would assume that I either am looking at the list or I remember, and those are both.
You don't look like you're doing much of anything right now. Stephanie and I are on FaceTime, and she is horizontally lounging. There's a Bloody Mary in frame, and
I'm having a wonderful time.
You are good.
Oh wait, I just remembered something.
What?
I remembered. Well, I don't know if we need to. I think, and we just talked to our friend Heather Sullivan about this too, about like whether like the importance of like making sure that the women in your life are driving the boats.
We did not put that on the top.
Boat if you want.
We have take back the boat as a topic.
Right.
Why don't we just go with that? You brought it up. You picked the topic. It's actually the first topic on the list.
There you go. It's the only one I remember.
Heather called it Bring Back the Boat.
Yeah, that was good too. Or wait, didn't Missy call it that?
No, Missy, that's what Missy called it yesterday. Bring back the boat.
Bring back the boat. And I think you got worried that somebody had taken your boat for a second, which was funny.
No,
yeah.
I don't own the Twerk boat.
True, that's the only one anyone ever takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you should look up the Twerk boat on social medias and follow along as it is taken and then it is brought back.
I don't know what there is to say about this exactly, except that we all notice in our lives that like a lot of the time the dudes are right, and it just seems like it's a moment where we want to make sure the ladies get in the driver's seat, right?
Your internet dropped out there for a sec. Could you repeat that?
Okay, so at least where we live, right, we notice like a lot of times that if there's a couple, the dude is driving the boat. And then I know a bunch of ladies who live on islands and don't drive the boat. So that just seems like a societal situation that needs remedying.
And how do you approach this societal remedy?
Well, personally, I think the only way to approach it is to basically get the woman away from her husband so he's not yelling at her while she's trying to dock.
Fair.
And then just let her do whatever she wants and bang up
No,
the boat.
that's in the abstract. How do you personally? Because I know you actually run a social service. It's called Take Back the Boat.
Right. So if
that's what I'm interested in.
A social service, yeah, that's a good name for it. Women give me wine, and I teach them how to dock boats.
How do you teach them though?
How do I teach them?
Yeah.
Oh, I just get in the boat and drink wine, and then they just do it without me saying anything to them, unless they ask me a question. Because it's not that hard. You just need people not telling you what to do, and then you just do it. It's really easy.
There you go. It's
That's
genius.
my personal approach.
That is your personal approach. I'll share that I was one of those men. Sometimes I still am. I really try hard not to be. And two things got through to me. One was Steph telling me, when you told me, hey, don't be such an asshole.
I didn't say it like that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, did I?
But then you made it clear that this was a thing, and that there had been people who had hired you via giving you a bottle of wine to drink in the back of their boat to ride around with them. And you described it to me like, what's not to like? It's going for a boat ride with a glass of wine while somebody else drives, and that's great. And that made me think. And then you also told me, or maybe Missy, my wife, my dear wife Missy, told me that I was modeling that behavior for my daughters, who I desperately wanted to drive the boat. And yeah, so I'm really glad you consider that it could just be a societal challenge that's local to the Thousand Islands boating area.
Probably not.
All right.
I think that just in general, it should just be like, the assumption should be that, like, if there's two people, if there's a couple, a man and a woman, then the lady should just drive.
Yeah, if you start there, and then when she doesn't want to drive, she says, "I don't want to drive. You drive." Right. And I've seen this a lot. Like a lot of like really traumatized women, just like, "Oh no, I can't. I might hit something. Oh no, I can't. It's dangerous." And it's like it's.
Yeah, and I mean, I liken it to, like, if you were like, imagine something that, it's that the roles are sort of switched, and nobody really wants to have your significant other, like, over your shoulder telling you you're doing it wrong before you're done doing it. And I get the fact that docking has a certain amount of, like, there's an intensity there, but you just, like, it's also not that hard. You just have to do it without somebody yelling at you.
It's first world intensity.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh no, I didn't dock really well.
But you know how, if someone's really worried, some people are really worried about their boats.
Yeah.
Not you.
No.
But some people are worried about their boats, and that makes it even harder.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
It's just,
Take back the boat. All right. I am going to pick a topic from the list. Let's see what jumps out at me. Pets and boats, no. Round Island, definitely not.
Didn't you ask me a question that you didn't answer, which is like, what about this question of, like, what is so important to you? Like, what's the most important role for your boat? Like, why do you have boats?
I don't want to talk about that. I found my topic.
Okay, go.
I don't want to get existential. I want to touch on the topic that you mentioned while we were setting up. Are mermaid bumpers sexist? Discuss.
I hope they're not, because I kind of want them. I don't have them yet.
So,
and it's different if a woman has them than a man. Does it feel different? I can have mermaid bumpers.
If you have mermaid bumpers, is it empowering?
I feel like that's how I'm going to interpret the mermaid bumpers.
Or are you just going with that because that seems like a good way to get mermaid bumpers? And
also, do they work at all? I wonder, from a functionality standpoint.
There's a really sexist joke to be made here, which I will not make. So I don't know that mermaid bumpers are sexist, but a joke I just thought of but didn't say about mermaid bumpers working or not working is definitely sexist.
I can hear the sexist joke knocking on the back of all of our teeth right now.
Mermaid. So if you have mermaid, let's describe mermaid bumper for everybody. What makes a mermaid bumper a mermaid bumper?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I feel like this is
Like,
This
no,
goes
not
without
everybody,
saying.
not everybody knows mermaid bumpers.
It's just a bumper that looks like a mermaid. I feel like the only way I know about them is I've seen them like wash up on beaches. Maybe they're not bumpers. Maybe they're just mermaids.
Maybe they're just mermaids. So mermaid bumpers, in my recollection, it's a cast plastic cushion bumper thingy. Bottom of it, roughly mermaid tail. Top of it, roughly mermaid lady with boobs and hair. Right?
You're in the face, yes. Skipped over something there, but yes, yep.
Fair. That's fair. Stepped right in that one. I
You're doing great.
dodged over the puddle of the sexist joke I was going to make, and then like slipped on the slush of the.
You're doing a great job. This is an excellent. Cast rubber, also, is that a thing?
That's a thing, yeah.
Oh, Jesus
I've done
Christ.
a lot of research. Well, no, I watched a couple of YouTube videos and I've Googled some on how to make bumpers because I want to design my own.
Of course you did.
What?
Of course, I said, of course you did. Now I just need to know what your freaking bumper is that you want to make. What is it?
No, that's a topic for another Boaty Show.
Oh, God.
When we discuss Inventacorp and the various products in the Inventacorp family.
All right.
So,
Are we moving on?
what if I have mermaid bumpers?
I don't know. I think we should ask. I think this might be a question for the younger demographic.
Okay, that's a very good point. Wait, look, we can tie this to the first topic. What if I'm in a boat with mermaid bumpers and I'm driving it and Missy's riding?
Mm-hmm.
Is that sexist?
Well,
We don't even have to go all the way to sexist. Is that just like you?
is it douchey? Yeah.
Douchey.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta say, mermaid bumpers on dude boats, I'm not feeling it. But at the same time, when I just thought about them for the first time in forever the other day, I wanted them. So I don't know. I feel like we need somebody. We really need some input on this.
All right.
You know, maybe Toby has an opinion.
Let's see if we can
we could dial a friend.
Let's see if we can dial Toby in. Hold on.
We could dial Des Menendez. She might know.
She's probably up on the sub. Let's see if we can call Toby. Our younger demographic liaison for the day. I don't know if Toby's here she is.
Hey.
We are welcome, Toby Pennington, my daughter, as today's younger demographic liaison. We have a question for you.
What's up?
Stephanie?
Have you ever seen a mermaid bumper?
A mermaid bumper. I do not know what that is.
No, you've never seen. So it's basically like, imagine just like the bumpers you're throwing out on your boat, right? But they come in the shape of a mermaid.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking car bumper. I think I have seen those. Very cool.
Think about those, like if I wanted to get mermaid bumpers for my boat, do you think that would be like weird, like sexist-y, or is it empowering, or is it somewhere in between? Or what if a dude wanted to have mermaid bumpers all over his boat? Any difference?
I don't think it really matters. I think mermaids are cool, and like if you think they're cool, then you put them on your boat. Whatever.
There's no douche factor whatsoever?
No,
Well,
I don't.
If I'm cruising around in my boat and I have mermaid bumpers,
They definitely have boobs.
Like,
and nipples. Plastic.
and they are nude.
Yeah.
They're
Mermaids.
Nude for a mermaid.
you don't have any
Shell, like a shell bra? No.
shell bra.
It's a great question, though. Actually, I'm glad you're really bringing the right energy to this conversation.
Stephanie and I have assumed all along that these were topless mermaids without their hair in front of their boobs or a shell bra or anything. I just,
We need to do a quick Google on this. But yeah, assuming that there's no shell bra, now what are your thoughts and feelings?
I think it depends on the occasion. I'd say the occasion, because, you know, if you're driving to Potter's and there's a whole bunch of like little kids playing on their like blow up toys and you're throwing your bumpers out and it's just like full on boobage in their face, I feel like that's not
a lot, right?
Yeah, that's not the most appropriate for them to be seeing. However, I guess the woke point of view would be that boobs are natural, and why do we care if you can see boobs? So
I love that that's woke now and not just hippie.
All right. Well, I feel better about that after this. And I also feel like I need to go Google. I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah. Do it. And you report back. All right. Toby, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You want your music?
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Younger Demographic Liaison. Great. Okay. All right. What do you see? Stephanie's Googling mermaid bumpers as we speak.
There's definitely no shell bra.
And on that note, there's definitely no shell bra. I think you can get I think I could get away with having like one mermaid bumper that I have out because be like, hi, he has a mermaid bumper. But if I had 3 mermaid bumpers on my boat, I feel
like if you just have one, then you're assuming that everyone else is assuming that you found it.
That's a very good play. Yeah, if I had 3, then I'm like, I went to a store and bought mermaid bumpers, and I had the option with or without shell bra, and I went without shell bra.
I just want you to know that they come in pink, and now we can move on.
Okay, thank God. Okay, where is the? Okay, get back to episode. Okay.
There was a natural segue there that I was considering, and now it's gone.
A natural segue to our next topic?
Yeah.
What we're going to talk about next? Ladies and gentlemen, what you've all been waiting for, the show within a show, the Floaty Show.
That's what it was.
The Floaty Show.
Yeah, the Floaty Show, because we were talking about Potter's Beach, and then Toby was talking about pulling out to Potter's, and there's a bunch of kids on floaty toys.
Yeah, there you go. That is. And so, let's read a quick ad from an actual company, float-a, floate.ca, float-a, Canada, Canadian floaty toy company that Stephanie just found today. So excited. Would you like to read the ad copy, or should I?
I'll do it. So, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like this, I'll just read it. Are you tired of seeing the same typical inflatables at the cottage, the swan, the flamingo, the pineapple, etc.? They're all great, but they only seem to last one summer, and they stick out like a sore thumb on the northern lakes. At Float A, we decided we needed some quality floaties for us northerners, because we float too. We're a Canadian company designing premium floaties and floating mats that vibe with the northern outdoors from coast to coast, be it the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Great Lakes, any lake, or your backyard pool.
A lot of water.
Float A products are made with the highest quality fabrics and are able to endure every kind of wave, which I feel like that is a really strong statement. I like it. It makes me curious. This summer,
every kind of wave. All I can see is like waving hands, like hi.
There's so many kinds of waves, and it's a whole other topic. Put that on the list.
Yep.
This summer, say goodbye to the inflatable pink flamingo and get on board a floaty inspired by iconic northern symbols. We have something for whatever way you choose to float. Drift down the Pentacon Channel with our cannabis leaf body surf in Tofino, atop a maple leaf. This rhymes, by the way. Lounge on our beaver and loon in the Georgian Bay, or anchor our water mat to your dock and float the summer away. Grab a beer, crank up the tunes. Let's float in the northern way. It's a poem. Hello, they made a poem. So there you go, floata.ca. They have a beaver and a loon. That's all there is to say about that.
There's so much more. They've got an Adirondack chair, a campfire cooler, inflatable floating beverage cooler, a moose.
Yeah,
that
everybody's show right now.
Yeah, the fox, the Canada goose, the raccoon. The Canadian. Oh my God. They have a Canadian tuxedo tube, the denim print swimming pool float.
It's amazing. I'm so into it.
The O Canada, covered in Canadian symbols. Plaid, giant inflatable canvas leaf basic. Okay, fine. Maple leaf swimming pool float. But you know what is amazing that I just found on their website?
What?
Float-A, E-E-H, F-L-O-A-T-E-A, each, oh, Jesus, F-L-O-A-T-E-H.ca, Float-A.
.ca.
They have water saddles.
Oh, what?
Yep. It's like
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to say anything else besides water saddle.
Who do you know is going to be like buying? Well, the 24 by 16 is sold out, but the 35 by 16 is still for sale for $40 Canadian.
Okay, I'm going there right now.
Who are we getting one of these for?
This is I don't mean to pick favorites, but I love all of our sponsors, but this sponsor is my favorite sponsor for now.
Given that they're not actually a sponsor and we're just appropriating their content and giving them free advertising.
I feel like if we're destined for each other one way or the other.
Yeah, I think so too. They have a really tantalizingly link called story, but there's no story there. I want to know more. The water saddle is something looks like you fold it between your legs so that your crotch is sitting in the sort of narrow part, and you got a it's like it's made out of that water mat material, that vinyl coated foam.
Uh-huh.
So you can.
It sounds like floaty pants that aren't pants.
Floaty pants that aren't pants. So what do you call floaty pants that aren't pants?
A water saddle.
A water saddle. Melissa.
Yep.
Melissa,
we're gonna put that shit to use this summer for sure.
Yep. I might have to, like, Missy doesn't get her new water saddle unless she appropriately solves that riddle. Now, why do we like floaty toys?
What? That's a crazy question. It's crazy. I mean, we spend entire days outside of our boats, near our boats, with each other, with floaty beverages, and sitting in the water.
I have a problem with this. So we have put all this time and effort and money into having a boat, keeping a boat, having a boat on the trailer, getting the boat in the water, docking a boat, going out on the boat, taking the boat out, and then what's the first thing you want to do?
Get out of the boat into the water.
Get out of the boat into the water, but you don't really want to be in the water. You want to be on a floaty toy.
On a floaty toy, but that doesn't mean you're not in the water. You're definitely both. I mean, the only other option is to put a whole bunch of water in your boat so you can swim inside your boat, and that's not a good idea.
So we're getting to it. So a big point of this is swimming.
Yes, obviously, you need to get in the water. I mean, in the last couple of summers, we've had how many? What, I would say 7 days that were so hot that we had to stay in the water the whole day, remember?
North Country hot.
Well,
like a North Country.
Yes,
North Country 10. By the way, our friend Matt Sullivan, he came up with that today as a name for that Ningastuk boat that he sent me the picture, and North Country 9. That's a great boat name.
North Country 9?
Yeah.
It's excellent.
All right. We get in the water, we float on floaty toys.
It's important to be able to get in the water. I mean, honestly, like, for me, living in the Thousand Islands, I like it here. But I like it here, like, for the boating, like, sort of, but mostly for the swimming. And so the boat is really just getting you to the swimming.
Why don't you swim? Why do you need a floaty saddle, like a water saddle or floaty pants?
Oh, well, because it's a lot of work.
Now we get to it. I've been fishing.
I mean, and it's not like it's not that much work. I like to swim too, but I'm just not going to do that. You can't do that for as long. So sometimes you need a more leisurely way of staying in the water. And
Yes.
we don't have, sometimes we have beaches. Sometimes we go to the beach and we stand in the water for 9.5 hours.
We do.
We do that. But if we're not at the beach, then we need a way to be in the water for 9 hours without standing or swimming. And that's where the floaty saddle comes in.
Okay. I don't like floaty pants.
Wait, what?
I don't like floaty pants or water saddles. When we're hanging out on the dock or the boat or the whatever, I like to swim. I swim, I tread water, but putting the floaty pants on, I don't know, it just seems like a whole thing.
I feel like I've known you for a long time and this has never come up.
That I don't, you know what I don't like? I'll be honest, I don't like that my significant other, who I love so much, really like resists swimming if she doesn't have floaty pants.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that's a little different. I'll let you guys work on that amongst yourselves. But I do feel like it's a very important moment. You know, there's more moments for swimming. There's moments for swimming and just getting out and enjoying the feeling of being warm after swimming. That's all very delightful. And there are some times where you have to stay in the goddamn water because it's hot.
Yep.
Days like that, you need a floaty. I don't care if it's pants or a saddle or even just a basic noodle, but you got to have something.
I like a couple noodles. I'll do that.
See, there you go.
Couple noodles.
We're all on the same page here.
All right, yeah. I think it's just that the pants thing, floaty pants, you got to strap them on and all that stuff, and then you get in and out of the water with them on. I don't like that part.
Do you feel like you're being judged by people on the dock?
No, clearly not.
Good.
Have you met me?
Yes, I have. I thought maybe we were wading into some new territory here.
Insecurities? No.
I was like, wait, do you care about how weird you look when you're putting on floaty pants?
I don't like walking in this. Like, all right. You know what? Nobody wants to hear anymore about me.
I don't know. I think this might be the most interesting part of the show. So, but I can see it's making you uncomfortable, which I kind of like.
You do like uncomfortable situations. All right, moving on. To there's a lot that's been in the news in the last few years about boats, and we don't have necessarily a particular boaty news current topic to talk about. So I thought we should do more of a retrospective on boats in the news, and I'm gonna call out a favorite topic of yours:
the stuck ship.
The stuck ship.
This is a long topic. Do we have time? The stuck ship is amazing. It's amazing.
What is the stuck ship? What was the stuck ship? Because it's not stuck anymore.
It's a huge container vessel that got stuck sideways in the Suez Canal. But that's not the point.
No.
The point is that, at the time, I was working for an environmental organization that was always trying to draw people's attention to the fact that, shipping can be, a problem sometimes. It's dangerous and it causes oil spills and invasive species and sometimes the shit goes wrong. And in one day, the stuck ship did more for public awareness about the risks of shipping than we had been able to do in the 40-year history of the organization. Because remember how you couldn't get anything? I mean, it was before the pandemic, so now we're all used to not being able to get anything.
Right, supply chain disruptions.
Right, everything's made of unobtainium. That's your. But remember when you couldn't get anything because the Suez Canal was blocked by a ship for 7 days? Do you remember?
I remember.
Amazing.
I remember mostly because you were so bent over double laughing about this, the stuck ship, that you would text me news or every time I talked to you, we would talk about the stuck ship.
And I see it from both sides. I'm not happy about anyone's misfortune, but remember how it was a whole thing. And then they brought they brought these enormous machines to try to dig it out, but they looked so small compared to the ship that it was like hilarious, and everybody on the entire internet was laughing about how it was completely hopeless, and like there was like bazillions of memes generated. It was amazing. We're gonna throw that on the social media.
Yeah,
so
that'll go up on the social medias as well. Just to help people remember the stuck ship. All right, boaty news topics. It's February. There's some boat shows and stuff. Have you ever been to a boat show?
Yeah, I have. I used to have to speak at them about water levels, which was really annoying. But I do have some actual news if you'd like me to share it with you.
Yes, please do.
The Uncle Sam Boat Tour, which is the premier boat line here in the Thousand Islands, is opening up a month early this year in April because there's an eclipse.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
That's actually really cool. So, if you're not aware, everybody, there's going to be a full eclipse of the sun.
Full? Yeah, well, we don't know. Something's going to get in front of something else. We don't know.
It's going to be a partial.
It might just be a mermaid bumper.
There's going to be a mermaid bumper, and somebody's going to like put a shell bra on it.
Wouldn't we get like a mermaid bumper passed over the sun?
It's gonna be an eclipse of the mermaid bumper's boobs with shell bras.
You need special glasses for that.
Glasses.
It's gonna be good.
There's gonna be it's a full eclipse of the sun in April in the northern hemisphere in North America, visible, and the epicenter of it is, I guess the latitude of it is right over the Thousand Islands in upstate New York.
Well, there's a path, and we're on the path, basically. Yeah. Okay. But like it's like a whole thing. Like all the restaurants are opening early in April. I mean, this is good news for us. We get an extra 30 days of being fed in the year.
Can't stop in my mind's eye seeing somebody like holding something in front of the mermaids, the mermaid bumper boobs, and so that they're eclipsed.
I don't know. I needed something to make the eclipse funny, and now we have it. Because it was like, before this, it was actually kind of annoying because people won't stop talking about it, and it's like blah, blah, eclipse, blah, blah, glasses. I can't. It's just not that interesting.
That is some good boaty news, though. That Uncle Sam Boat Tours they're gonna offer eclipse tours.
Yes! And they're opening up in April. It's never happened.
It's pretty friggin' cold on the river in April.
Yeah, it is.
Even when there's no ice.
I know, but our entire season in the Thousand Islands is starting a month and a half early this year, because almost 2 months early.
Is this
which I think is good news.
Yeah, it is. It's good for Uncle Sam's. Good for people who get off Uncle Sam's boat tour and they're freezing cold and they need to go warm up somewhere, maybe at a local business.
I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Hopefully nobody puts on those eclipse glasses and like loses their way and falls off the boat into the freezing water. You know, I shouldn't make it like that.
Things will go wrong.
Yeah.
But that's...
that is very good boating news. And
thank you. I saved that for you.
All right. You know what? We were gonna, this time in the show, we were gonna talk about we're gonna ask Younger Demographic Liaison, but we've already done that.
Yeah, we brought her in early.
Yeah, and we've asked each other some questions, and I think we'll read another ad. I'm gonna go with this one. Just to be clear, everybody, it's our listeners, we appreciate you listening very much to this endeavor, and I want you to know we don't actually have advertisers, but we do have people writing.
We do have ridiculous friends.
We have people writing ads for us. So the next advertiser, ad written by our assistant vice president of fake ad copy, Andy. So a portion of the Boaty Show was made possible through generous contributions from the Ligma Foundation, supporting nut growers dedicated to sustainable and responsible agricultural practices in the Thousand Islands region for over 25 years. Ligma nuts, you won't. And by the Harry Johnson Foundation, supporting a hands-on approach to helping entrepreneurs and small maritime businesses grow. Harry Johnson. Together, I don't know if I can read this.
Let's take the hard road.
Oh, God.
And from boat enthusiasts like you helping to keep our show afloat, which I think is very well said.
That is very well said. That's Andy Mullen's first fake ad submitted to us. Thank you, Andy.
Well done.
Yeah, he put a lot into that. I can tell.
Yeah.
We have the possibility of a special guest interview. Should we cold call somebody?
Can you tell me how long we've been doing this?
49 minutes. We're shooting for an hour-ish.
Amazing.
It's flown by for us.
I'm really interested in this question.
Who should we call?
Well, here's my next question. I think, how about if we call Matt Sullivan?
Okay. You want to try dial him in?
Oh, please.
Well, we tried lots and lots of people, and either they have no interest in talking to us, or there's something going on with the FaceTime. I don't know which. My guess is somewhere between the two. We did get through to Max briefly, and as you heard, and we are going to just we're going to wrap it up. That's been almost an hour, Stephanie.
It's amazing.
So
I could go for another 4 hours, but not today.
But not today. Your phone couldn't.
That's true.
All right. So we're going to wrap it up. This first episode of The Boaty Show was brought to you by Hefe's Homegrown Hemp Boat Lines. Strong and scratchy like your mother-in-law. So thick, you only have to wrap it once. How'd I do with that reading?
It was excellent. It was moody, but to the point.
I'm going to read it again and see if the second read is better. Thank you, listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, this first episode of The Boaty Show is brought to you by Hefe's Homegrown Hemp Boat Lines. So thick, you only have to wrap it once. Strong and scratchy, like your mother-in-law.
Hefe's Homegrown Hemp Boat Lines. I mean,
Was the first or the second reading?
I liked both of them. I think the second one you sounded less self-conscious, which I liked less.
We'll go with the self-conscious one then. Okay, let's see here. Jay and Josh, why don't you play us out?
Yeah.
That's The Boaty Show. Actually, that is not Josh and Jay. That is something else that came up on my
Grateful
computer.
Dead or something.
Yeah. I like this as an outro.
I like it too.
Wow, we did a podcast, Stephanie. How do you feel?
I feel good.
All right, good.
I had a great time.
I had a great time too. Thank you so much, everybody. Tune in next week for episode 2 of The Boaty Show.
Stay floaty.
Stay floaty.